Welcome to the party.
Two, one. I think it's Topic Thunder time, Greg.
It must be Monday.
It
It's
must
Monday.
be Monday.
Monday at 11.
Didn't I hurt your head? Shake it
No,
like that?
no,
No?
not
You
really.
good? You good? Reminds me of my daughter. She does that. But she's starting to do this more. She's starting to go, oh, yeah, oh, okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
like she's understanding.
Yeah.
I love those videos of like barely toddlers arguing with their parents where they're like, the parents are like, you think so?
That's coming, actually. She's starting to do that with me a lot. All right. Topic Thunder, thank you for joining us. I believe we're on episode 21. We've lasted that long. Thank you for watching us, everyone. For those of you that did not catch episode 20, there's some new announcements to be said. We are transitioning from not just the Johnny Angel podcast. We are now transitioning. Greg got a promotion, like he likes to say, to Johnny and
TheGreg podcast.
Yes, sir. It's just a bunch of it's just two guys who've been doing this for 20 years that, like you said, famously, Greg. Well, not famously, but like you said, we've been doing this for 20 years. We just finally decided to record.
Yeah, pretty much it.
So lucky you people. So this is
So
20 years.
Blessed.
Yeah, 20 years in the making.
You could have existed at any time, right, in the world, but God put you at this time, right now.
All right, man. We're not always going to do a random topic. Sometimes things come up in life that we just think would be a great thing to discuss here. Greg, you had one. Fire away, sir.
I do. So this actually comes to us from David Gallagher. It's a guy that I follow on Twitter. He's one of the writers of Ghost Recon. He's got a couple great graphic novels out there. One called Only Living Girl, another one called Only Living Boy. One of my favorites called High Moon. It's a great werewolf story. He's done some Green Lantern. He's got another podcast called For Love Comics. We should try to partner up with them, maybe. I'm just throwing that out there.
Sounds good.
But he had posted a question that I find to be a bit of an eternal question. One that you and I have discussed in the past, and I think now we should just have it out. And I don't actually think we're going to get resolution on this, but we might. We'll see. We'll see if it's the time. So, you ready?
Wait.
All right, you're going to get a...
I wish I could be like Bruce Lee, how he used to go, you know? All right, go.
Just make it make sense. So, question of the day. Who would win in a fight? Batman versus Superman.
Oh. Did he really do this?
Yeah, he posted it on his Twitter.
Batman versus Superman.
Yep.
All right.
And I kind of looked at it and said, you know what? We got to talk about this.
All right. This has been debated, and it's not a debate. It's okay. I am without a doubt a huge Batman fan. I like the idea that Batman with enough prep time could beat anybody in the known universe.
Are you switching?
It's not that I'm switching.
It sounds like you're switching.
It's okay. It's a great quote. All right. That's stupid to say because somebody wrote it and it's Batman saying it. But the only reason why I still think Batman would win in a fight is because deep down inside, Batman's not a good person, and deep down inside, Superman is. So Superman will always pull a punch. He will always it's like a schoolyard fight, right? Batman has no problem kicking you in the balls to start out the fight, where Superman would be like, that's not proper. We punch up here, that's how I can see Superman looking at it. But I guess, yes, I'm switching. Superman could sit up on a moon and just beam, and it's over.
Yep.
Like with his laser vision, it's over.
There is no fight here.
Yeah, there isn't. It's not a fight. There's a part of me that will never give up that, well, if he knew he was coming, or if he set up multiple traps,
Yeah.
or but I think it goes into every single comic book. If you really pay attention to it, in Jim Lee's Hush, Batman took advantage of Clark's good nature to win the fight, and he didn't win the fight. He stalled him enough to, you know, to get him to that point to where it would knock him out of whatever spell he was under.
Mm-hmm.
The other one, The Dark Knight, or The Dark Knight Returns, he took advantage of Superman's good nature by faking a heart attack.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, if Superman went rogue and did not care, what? Wait, isn't that Injustice?
That's the storyline of Injustice. Yeah.
Then he beat him. He beat him, Greg.
Yeah.
I have video game proof he beat him.
Well, and that's a good point. I mean, because there's so many different. Do you go off Injustice, which is like that Elseworlds video game kind of thing? Do you go by the comics and the comics alone? Do you go by the movie that was out there? I mean, there's a lot of different pieces there.
Yeah,
and I because even if you go back and there's a certain amount of people in this world who only know this argument by the Zack Snyder movie Batman versus Superman.
that's true.
And they would say, well, Batman won. And you say, yeah, Batman won because, like you said, Clark landed and walked up. He's like, hey, we're going to talk first, or we're going to do. I mean, there's got to be.
No, we're not.
Yeah, I mean, there was like a lead up. I mean, Batman had time to prep, like you said. And you know, every comic writer I've ever talked to about this, they're like, there is no fight. I mean, because if you take it where, or Superman's going to be up in the stratosphere and he could laser him, and it does. Oh well, Batman could be in his cave. It doesn't matter. I mean, it goes. They've made Superman such this uber powerful character that there's no taking him down. And one of my favorite stories is Kingdom Come. It came out in the mid '90s. Alex Ross, Mark Waid,
Right.
And it's set in a future where Superman quit. Like he quit being a hero because Lois died at the hands of the Joker, and he's like, you know what, I can't be a part of this anymore. And towards the, I think it's towards the end of that book. It's like the third issue or something like that. Superman's mad. He's going to go talk to Bruce, and like he literally like flies into the cave. Not like, oh, I'm going to swoop in through the cave door. He just goes like straight through, and here I am. Like nothing's going to stop him from doing what he wants to do.
Right.
And that's the kind of, you know, that's the kind of thing I think of where I'm like, Bruce has no chance. I mean, it's bring on the entire Justice League. He can really take them all out. I mean, that's what DC has set up, the power level of Superman. Do you remember Justice League, the animated series, the Bruce Timm animated series?
One of I think they did that. That entire animated universe is great.
It's fantastic.
They did a good job.
The very last episode they ever did, the Earth had been
when he's
like
fighting Darkseid.
Darkseid. I mean, and it's like the Earth is emptied or something like that. There's nobody left. Like Darkseid has gotten rid of all other life on Earth, and Superman's like, "Thank you.
Yeah.
I live in a cardboard world. I'm not able to unleash any of my full potential on anybody," and then just destroys him.
Right. Yeah.
So
I think it's one of the best. It's one of the best. I can remember a little bit of the quote. It's like, what we have here is a rare opportunity for me to really let loose.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he just, it was a great, that's a great, if anybody ever wants to watch, kind of the heart and soul of what DC Comics is and those superheroes, it's represented very well in that series, I think.
I think so too. Yeah.
Yeah. But it also, I mean, just think about it. If you're going to the Batman versus Superman movie, okay, there's that scene in the beginning where before that guy can even pull the trigger on Lois, he like eradicates him by right? So
Goes through him.
yeah, he goes through him, right? And if okay, here's another thing. That scene, right, shows you just how fast he can react to something.
Mm-hmm.
And instead of him coming down, like you were saying, when they meet at that one point, and Batman has all these traps, he could have just went there, exploded them, and left before
Mm-hmm.
Batman even knew it happened. It's just, it's just, it is what it is. So,
Yeah, I mean the quote of the, Bruce is saying, Clark is essentially a good person and I'm
yes.
not.
Right.
That is the only thing people can hang their hat on now.
Yeah.
Because it's even given all that prep time, I just don't. He would need every cosmic weapon in existence to try to do this.
Yeah, even it's like I'm saying, it's like I've said, he only beats him because he takes advantage of his good nature.
Yeah.
Like if you pay attention to the comic book movies, or you take a picture, or you pay attention to whenever they fight each other, Batman's never going punch for punch.
Mm-mm.
Right? He has traps. He has Lois set up on a high ceiling or Catwoman's ready to throw her off a ceiling to distract him. I mean, throw him off a building to distract him. I mean, he's doing everything other than fist up. So
there was one moment or story arc in the mid '90s, and it wasn't good. But Superman lost his powers, and then he had like these electricity based powers. It was everybody's like, "This is the new Superman." I'm like, "Yeah," for about 9 months until you change him, bring him back again.
Right.
But I remember a scene in one of those comics where Clark and Bruce are in the Batcave, and Bruce is just, he's throwing Clark around left and right.
Yeah.
And so, like, I think Alfred, someone comes down and they're like, "What are you doing?" And Clark is like, "I realized I never learned how to fight."
Right, because I was always, yeah.
He's like, I relied on speed, I relied on strength, I relied on invulnerability. I don't really have a lot of finesse or fighting skill. And Bruce is like, "No, you don't." Whoosh, and then like flips him again, and I thought that was a good story piece.
You know what would be, I think, is a better debate question? Iron Man or Captain America? Who wins that one?
Well, I don't know. I mean, because there's some debate on how powerful Captain America really is. I mean, he was always supposed to be like the peak of human development. That's what the super soldiers is like. It just makes you the best a man can get.
Yeah.
So, but somewhere along the lines, they lost that, and it made him a superhuman. Like he can bench press a truck.
Oh, he can jump out of a plane without a parachute.
Yeah, I mean,
which I think is awesome. But
he's got the super strength, he's got the super speed, endurance, all that stuff. But Iron Man's got that technology piece where it would be it's not a toe-to-toe fight. Because I think in straight kicky punchy, Cap takes it down. But if Iron Man could
really,
I think, yeah.
So like if Tony had the Hulk Buster.
Well, but are we talking about that kind of armor, or are we talking his normal armor?
I think Tony would I can, and I don't know, like the Tony Stark I know is the Tony Stark from the Marvel movies, and I can see that guy pulling all the, like, if he needs to win, if he needs to do it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
I think it's because there you have a guy with a Batman-like mentality of he's going to do what he needs to do to win, but with the ability of a Superman type character to just be up in the stratosphere and shoot a laser at somebody.
Right. Yeah. I guess, you know what would probably be a better fight? Lex Luthor, Tony Stark. That'd be a rough one. Right?
Yeah, it would be.
It depends on, again, what you're talking about. Like what Lex Luthor, what.
Well, they both had powered armor. I mean, that's what kind of Lex was.
There was that one time when Tony Stark went evil and he became, and like he created a symbiote with his nanotechnology, and he became like this really tough guy to stop, from what I have heard. I didn't read a lot of it, but so
yeah, I seem to remember something like that.
yeah. So all right, man.
That's a good question.
Yeah, I wonder.
Let's pose it to our listeners. Who do you think would win in any of the fights that we talked about today? And we'll you can leave a comment in the below the description down below.
Right. Come on, Batman fans. Well, you know what I feel like doing? I feel like sitting down on that chair, you know, that famous meme where it's like Batman can beat Superman.
Change my mind.
Yeah, change my mind. That's right. That's it. All right. Let's transition to our fact of the day, which would be when Louis Pasteur was working on the rabies vaccination, if he or his assistants got infected, it was instructed that they were to be shot in the head. It's a little harsh there.
Did they end up doing that?
I don't know. I don't have all the information. I just have that. So he was like, basically, hey, welcome to the team. Just so you know.
Yeah.
If you get infected. Yeah. So wait a minute. I thought the only way you can figure out if you are infected is by killing the dog, cutting off its head, and checking out something there, right? Or is that?
I've heard that. I've heard that. I don't know if that's the case anymore. During this time, it probably is. But they're also dealing with like the virus itself. So maybe it's not in a dog. They're just dealing with like a vial full of the rabies virus.
Because my whole thing was like, how would he know? Like you'd have to kill the dog, or you'd have to, like, how do you know for sure?
There are symptoms to rabies. Without full on insanity, there are symptoms to rabies. I believe it's a headache and a stomach issue, blurred vision, maybe. I don't know.
Sounds like you should Google this. Like
right now, you want me to?
Like right now.
Okay.
Right now. Inquiring minds want to know.
Symptoms of rabies. Here we go. Irritability or aggressiveness.
That's everybody on a Monday.
Yeah, really. Excessive movement or agitation, confusion, bizarre or strange thoughts or hallucinations, muscle spasms, and unusual postures. I'm constantly like moving around and stuff. Seizures, weakness, or paralysis are the ones that are first listed.
You know, that sounds like one of those drug commercials. Take dialysis, you know, or take not dialysis. Take whatever it is. Common side effects are anal bleeding,
anal leakage,
laughing at jokes. You know? So, all right. I think that's good. I think that's a good one. We're at about 18 minutes, so we're shortening it up a little bit. That's not bad. All right, everybody. That is your Monday. So if any of you ever were interested in understanding if Batman could beat Superman or Iron Man Captain America or Iron Man Lex Luthor, now you know, or you have some more of an idea. All right, man. I think we'll end it there. You have a great day. Greg, you have a great day. And everybody that watches us, have a great day. And we'll see you later. Topic Thunder out.